a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that one could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from what I had today.
Oh, good morning. How you doing? This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn Laverne. This is one street over, a chance for us to see what's going on one street over from where you're hanging out here in Robertson County. But you know, it's so funny. My relatives up north will tune in and see what's going on in Robertson County. I love it when they do that, and so it's just a lot of fun. And you know, I was telling my guest, Miss Madden is in here, and welcome.
Thank you.
Miss Donna Madden is in the house, and we're going to be talking about her book. Yep. We're going to be talking about her book. Let me make sure you can see it. But it's just so funny. You know, I was telling you about the station because people don't realize we're here, and this is a worldwide Christian broadcast company, and you can hear us online. You just have to find WSGI, the new one, the new logos and stuff. And there's a couple of Facebook pages that you'll see that are WSGI labeled, but when you see where the show's posting, it's live right now on the WSGI Facebook page. That's where you want to go and check it out. You can hear this. You can share. Where are you from?
I'm from the Portland, Orlando area.
Okay, so you're from around here.
Yes, I'm in Robertson County.
Okay, well, you can tell your friends and family. They can see you on the Facebook television and talking about your book. How excited are they for you for this? This is beautiful. You did an excellent job.
Thank you.
You really did. As somebody who dabbles in publishing, I'm terrible at publishing. And this is a beautiful book. And full disclosure, she has given me this, and I have not had a chance to read it. I have read excerpts. And the funniest thing, Noah hits me up. Noah Kleinert, he's one of our students, one of our lovely students who we love dearly. And so I'm asking the students today, I'm like, okay, who has read Miss Madden's book? Who's read Miss Madden's book? I said, I need some feedback because I haven't had a chance to read it. And I said, oh, she's going to be on the show. And so I get an email from Noah. I'm going to tell Miss Madden, you're cheating. Isn't that funny? I got so tickled at him. I was like, okay, I'm calling myself out, Noah. But anyway, he's like, you're supposed to read it yourself. And it was just so funny. Isn't that funny?
English teacher.
Yes, absolutely.
I hear that a lot.
But I'm going to get it read. There's a lot going on in my life. And so I have several friends that have given me books to read. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But I love this because I want you to tell them the reason why you're writing, because I love what you told me. And if you don't say it like I'm thinking, I'll prompt you. But I think I know what your answer is going to be. Why did you write this book, Donna?
Well, I want it's the main protagonist is 23 years old. Her name's Elizabeth, and I wrote it for those kiddos out there who've made bad choices. Mm-hmm. And I know most of us have made choices we're not proud of in our growing years, especially in college. And I want them to know that they are more than enough and God loves them no matter what. And He never gives us more than we can handle. And that's basically why. And most of my books will always have a message of growth
Love that.
and just becoming more. And this first series especially.
I love that. I love that. And that's the thing. And that's what the whole point of this is. And some of the kids told me, they said, it's a little risque, Miss Vivio. And I said, well, it's honest. That's the thing.
Right.
It's honest. And we have to be honest with these kids going, we know what you're going through. We know what you're going through. We know what it's like. We were young once. Believe it or not, I know I'm 60 years old. You're much younger than me, but I'm 60 years old. I remember y'all. Every now and then they'll say
Not that much
something.
younger than you.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were. Well, we won't make you go there, but I really thought you were quite a bit younger than me. Well, you look good, sister. And people go to, you look really good for 60, Miss Vivio. I'm like, thank you. But anyway, no, that's okay. But so anyhow, I love that. And one of the answers, I'm going to get that to where we can get it on camera real good. But I can't get your name in there. We'll get it showing here in just a minute. Ah, there we go. Maybe. I'm trying to get it on social media and let you see the book real pretty. But one answer too that you gave me about the book is you want so much for students to discover reading.
Right.
And you're thinking, and I remember you and I we were hanging out at the bus. At the bus, doing our bus duty. What do we call that? I don't know.
Bus
I guess
duty?
bus duty. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm a new teacher. I have to learn all the things, all the acronyms and all the things. So, we were talking about how that, you had written the book and that's when I said, oh, you got to come on the show, got to go from the show. And I really forgot to call her. And so we get together in the teachers meeting and I'm like, I got to get you. And so I just appreciate you so much making time.
Thank you.
But you had said to me when the kids were around, you said, I just want these kids to read. I want them to find the
yes.
love of reading.
That is a challenge.
Yeah.
Kids just don't read. They'll spend time on their phones and TikTok,
Unfortunately.
But getting them to read and want to read. So maybe if their teacher writes a book that might interest them. I mean, yes, it is a romance, so it's more for the teenage population of girls.
Right.
But and I would say high school because there is some things in there, but there's a message, and I just want them to read
I love it.
and finish a book.
Isn't that the truth? I have, when I see a kid reading, I have a hard time. Number one, are you finished with what I asked you to do in your reading? Well, that's fine. As long as you're done with what I've asked you to do in your task, then I don't mind them doing other things. But I love to read. I love to read. Now, right now, again, my life is kind of insane. You got to get an audiobook going. Because, I'm an Audible person. I listen to all kinds of content constantly. So if I can get it on an audiobook, I'll get it done.
Well, you're the online type of person, and you have a great voice. Maybe you're the one to do that.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can help set you up where you can do it. You could do
would be a
this.
lot.
I would
I don't
be
know.
honored to do it. I can't imagine having the time right now
Right.
because I'm still trying to learn to teach, Donna. They've got me taking all kinds of classes. I actually have a license now, praise the Lord. But I've got to take classes. I may have to get a master's. It's a long story. We don't need to go there. Okay, but here's what I'm excited about with this. You're already working on another one that goes along with this series, correct?
Yes.
So is it going to be the main character's continuation or just another story in the same genre?
It is the main character's continuation.
I love it. I
Yes,
love
this,
series.
This book here is her journey from college to adult world,
Okay.
and where she was wanting to run from her choices in college. She gets home, is ready to start a new life. She makes new friends, a new relationship starts, and then she finds some news out that she is pregnant, and she has to refocus on her college friends and talking and coming clean with some things, some choices she made in college to her parents, and that's hard. And so then this is her book on how to face her past and love herself again.
I love it.
And then book 2 is now she's a young mom, 23, 24-year-old mom, and she has to face the adult world a little differently. And she's in a relationship, And then she finds out some news about that is not what she wants. So now she has to face other adult issues that she's young.
Adulting,
Right.
adulting. It's so funny. I have a student that's in one of my classes, and I respect the heck out of him. I'm not going to tell you who it is on air because I don't have his permission, but he's somebody that he's worked for a long time. He paid cash for his car. I got 2 students that have done that. They just impress the heck out of me. They're not always the best academically, but they get the work done. You know, they get the work done, and he's playing chess all the time. And I'm like, if you're done and you want to play chess, because he's just a couple of weeks from having to adult all the time. And I'm like, dude, you get your work done. You just play chess and you just be a student for a few more minutes. And I just love that because that adulting's hard. And some of these kids that are going into the trades and stuff like that, they're just minutes away from adulting.
Right.
And so I think this is such a great book for them to read because it starts guiding them. Our students need to read this because they need to realize, man, you're not going to be in these walls forever, and it's going to go like that. This year has gone so
It has.
fast.
And the more you teach, the quicker they go.
Really,
And the first week of school, I tell all my students, especially when the older they get,
yeah,
the closer you get to graduation, the quicker the year goes.
yeah,
I warned my boys, and when they were in high school, they didn't believe me.
yeah.
They
It
found
goes
out it's
so
true.
fast. It's so fast. Well, and I'm a grandparent now, and I tell my kids all the time. Mine that have kids, they sure seem to see how quick it goes. They're very responsible, just great parents. And I'm like, man, drink it up, drink it up. I know you're
Enjoy it
tired,
when you
but drink
can.
it up. Don't miss a minute. And they make the decisions for their family. So I'm proud of that. But I see so many. I think of my seniors that I have in my class right now. I have one that gets it. It's a girl, and she's like, oh, she gets that it's almost over and she's going to miss it. She's really going to miss it. But then I've got seniors go, I can't wait to get out in the big world. And I'm like, okay, come see
Right.
us. Come see us.
Yeah,
Come
this is
see
my
us.
first
Yeah.
group of seniors that I taught since I've been at Greenbrier. I've only been there for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And so it's exciting. I finally get to know some graduates.
Oh, fun.
This is my
you
first
could,
year.
They can friend you on Facebook now, right?
Once they graduate.
That's just it.
Once they graduate, I will ignore them until then.
That's what I tell mine too. That's what I tell mine too. And Muriel Barnett, do you know Miss Barnett? She's at White House Heritage. She was at Greenbrier for a long time and has been at White House Heritage for a long time. She's retiring this year. She's just one of my best friends. And so I told her, I said, I'm going to get a teacher T-shirt that says, what would Muriel do? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I call her, I'm like, okay, what do I do? All the time. I'll have a teacher question, and I call Muriel because she's been at it so long. She's a math teacher. I mean, it's like math teachers and English teachers and science and history. God bless y'all because y'all get tested on stuff.
Yeah,
I don't. People ask me about Michelle Gregory. She's like, way to go. I'll watch later. I'm testing.
Yes.
So
she said that.
we love you, Michelle. We know what you're doing, darling. She's doing makeup testing. So I don't have to do any of that. So I feel really guilty when they've given me they give me a lot of attention because I've been in the media and I'm teaching and all this. I'm like, give the attention to these teachers been in the trenches all these years, and I feel guilty when they bring the Robertson County whatever group coming in to see me. I'm like, did you go see them other teachers? Because I'm new. I'm a greenhorn. It's like I'm just a radio clown, man.
Well, I'm basically new too. I've only been teaching 7 years, so us older
Really?
people. I was a stay-at-home mom.
Really? I did not know that, Donna.
Focused on my boys.
Wonderful. Oh, well, good for you. So what route did you take? For those, we've coined a phrase, Donovan Hilton and I coined a phrase one day, retire into teaching. Retire into teaching. So many people, they teach and then they retire and they go do something else. I reversed that. I've done the something else, and I started out as a teaching major in college, but then I got bit by the radio bug and changed my major, much to the chagrin of my parents. They're like, you're going to do what? And so I went back and finished my degree. I finally finished my degree in 2009. It's a long, sordid story. But kind of like probably your hair. Well, no, I didn't have that. But anyway, I made some bad choices. Let's just say that. And so I always thought in the back of my mind that I would teach one day. just kind of has been on. And so Dr. Causey and I have gotten to be friends from the moment I started doing the show. He's been coming in, once a month. And I have been kind of teasing the idea and finally went to a job fair last year and was like, I really need to do this. And that's how all this kind of just started snowballing. So I'm a CTE teacher. That's a career teacher. And so because of my career, I can teach what I'm teaching, but I still have to get some education. And so I'm working on that. So I can either do that through some kind of a specialty career teacher program, which we're working on, or I can get a master's. So what path did you take? You would have had to have gotten the master's, I guess, right?
I ended up getting a master's, but my bachelor's degree, I graduated in 1993 from college with a special education degree.
Okay.
I was going to be a special ed teacher. My focus was reading.
Okay.
I always had a passion to help those learn to read who struggled.
Yeah.
But God had a different path, like he always does. And I became a mom and had 3 boys who all 3 of them have been diagnosed with dyslexia.
Oh, wow.
And so I stayed at home and helped them.
Wow.
And led them through school. And then once they got to the point where they were independent and didn't need mama anymore, I went back and got my master's degree.
Oh, that's
secondary
wonderful.
Education and certified to teach English.
Oh, I love it.
So, and now I just got my certification to teach special ed. So I'm certified in K through 12 special ed and English. And I'm focused, at Greenbrier. I teach, reading also. And
wonderful.
My goal.
I
And
love
now
that.
I'm a writer, and my
An
goal is
author.
to make everyone love to read.
I love
It's
it.
a hard goal.
I love it. We're talking with Miss Madden, Miss Donna Madden. She is one of my fellow teachers up at Greenbrier High School, and I'm so excited about her book and so thankful that we get a chance to show it to you and talk about it. And I'll have, after I get it read, it'll be into the summer, I can just tell you with the way my schedule's going. But once I read it, I'm going to have you back. When do you, let me do a break real quick. I've got 4 commercials we got to hit now, so we got to get to it. I can't be letting my commercials go because we've added Veterans Motorplex back, but I'll talk about them in a minute. I want to start with Cumberland Connect. If you need high-speed internet and you're a Cumberland Connect, or if you're a Cumberland Electric customer, you're going to have access to Cumberland Connect. It is wonderful. I'm a photographer. I could not, and I've said this many, many times, I would take, have a photo shoot. I would get ready to upload it. I would have to come up here to the radio station and steal the internet from Ebenezer Broadcasting to upload my photographs. And now I have a gig. I have a gig. It's $80. I was paying $65 for upload speeds of like 3.5. I now have a 600 upload speed. It's insane. It is awesome. And you can have it too. And are they in your neighborhood? Well, go and check it out. All you got to do is go to www.cumberlandconnect.org, put in your zip code. They may be in your neighborhood. They might can hook you up here in the next week or two. Or you can call them at 1-800-987-2362. If 1-800-987-2362, if they're not already in your neighborhood, they will be soon. They've got like a grid that they're working on, and they're taking care of the underserved, the most underserved first, and they're moving in towards town. So I think by the middle of next year is when they're going to have everybody on Cumberland Electric that'll have availability. Now, if you're somebody that's having trouble financially and you can't afford internet, well, they have the Affordable Connectivity Program because it's now a utility, and it provides qualifying households with monthly credit to help pay for internet services. And if you're eligible, you could receive a credit of up to $30 per month toward broadband services. They've got packages that start at $30 per month. When you get in touch with them, please tell them you sent you, and thank them for sponsoring One Street Over. Donna Madden is in the house. Miss Madden, she is here. She is one of our English teachers at Greenbrier High School, and did not know that you were a newbie like me.
I am.
And I love that we have this. I'm an author as well, and I love writing. I've got so many. I've got one novel, and it's actually just from my life. I don't know if I have the imagination to do this. I really admire that. And you have given me the premise of another series you're working on. Don't give it out because I don't want people to steal it. Right. And people, you got to protect your intellectual property. You really do. And it's a beautiful idea. It's a wonderful. I absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you this. What you unpacked for me. Oh, it's really good. It's really good. And I think, and so I'm excited for you to write that too. But once you get that bug, you just really want to do it. So I know what you're going to be doing this summer.
That is true.
Yeah. You're not going to teach summer school?
I'm not.
I
did last year, but I'm not this year. My second book comes out in July.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm hoping around the 4th, maybe a little later. Depends on.
That is wonderful.
I'm revising from my first editor right now and staying up late. So that's what I'm doing. And then it goes to my second editor on May 15th. So I have a deadline to get it revised and edited. And then it comes back from her, and it goes, I will fix it. And then it goes to my proofreader. So hopefully it will be ready by the end of June so I can get it out by July.
That's wonderful.
July 4th is my goal.
That is the way to do it. And I mean, as somebody who writes, if you've got something and you catch an interest, keep it coming, because they'll get, especially when you're a new author and you're trying to hook them.
Right.
You're trying to hook them in. Oh, I can't. I will get this read.
And I'll tell you, book 3.
Because I love series.
Book 3, I'm hoping to get out by September. I'm already in the planning stage,
Wow.
outlining, and then have a final Christmas edition for hit that whole
So are there gonna
Christmas
be-
novel, and they're all based on the same characters. The third one is not Elizabeth. It's not her main story. It'll be somebody else. And then the fourth one will be a new character who we're meeting in book 2.
This is good, Donna. This is
I'm
good.
excited.
I'm excited for you. That's awesome. I love that. I don't think I caught all of that when we talked about it at bus duty.
Well, we were talking
But-
about a lot and watching kiddos. So
Yeah, this is true. But oh my goodness, what a great just way to unpack it. So then, have you already started on the other one we talked about? Have you written any of that?
I'm outlining and
Ooh, it's good.
fleshing, and I have a
It's really good.
journal that when ideas come,
Okay. Yeah, you have to. And that's what I talk to the students about. So have you found that penciling in a journal is the best way for you to capture ideas?
Yes, because they just
Okay.
come at random. I even have my app on my phone in case I'm somewhere I don't have a pencil.
Yeah.
I talk into my phone. So I have little bits and pieces
Yeah.
a lot of places because thoughts come in the most crazy places.
In the most inopportune times.
Yes, they do.
With it's Holy Spirit because I'm doing ministry. I'm writing ministry stuff. I'm not writing novels, but it's the same thing.
Right.
And the Holy Spirit will feed your imagination to fiction that will grab people and draw them into there's a purpose in their life. And just like you, I love this. I didn't realize more than enough. You're more than enough. God's got you. And it's. I asked you. I said, is this would you call it a Christian novel? And you're like, not really.
Not really.
But it's just showing a life well lived and how it can be lived. And sometimes if you put, it's a Christian novel, people won't look at it. I had, my story, Jesse, got kind of pigeonholed to one denomination. Okay. And I'll just leave it at that. And because of that, I've had people of other denominations is like, well, you're just preaching Church of Christ theology at the end of it. And because of that, some people have not touched it because they think, and I'm not teaching any theology through the book. I'm just telling my story because it's it is my testimony, period. That's all it is. And at the very end of it, they put something that's very clearly boom, boom, boom. It's the theology of the Church of Christ. And because of that, I've had people from other denominations that have said, yeah, and I just give that to God, and it's like, whatever you want to do with that, Lord. But it's just the truth. So I understand why you don't want to publish under the moniker Christian fiction.
Right.
Because, and again, guys, we have got to be so covert in how we bring things to, and especially as teachers. How much could you promote this in the schools if it had that moniker? So I don't know. I respect that. I do, and I get that you're trying to say life's hard. We have Celebrate Recovery, and it's about testimonies. So this is it's fiction, but it's a girl's testimony, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and she has discussions, and she gets angry with God for making life difficult. I think we've all been there, and it's just her growth as a person, not so much as a Christian, but as a person. And I like to say that I am not a Christian author, but I'm an author who's Christian.
I like that, Donna. That's very good. I'm an author who's a Christian.
And my books will show my beliefs and my feelings.
Well, that's what's so funny whenever because I knew that about you. And then when the kids said, well, it's a little risque, Miss Vivio, I thought, you got to be kidding me with some of the trash you read and you see.
Right,
I bet it's not. I bet it's just honest. I haven't, anything I have seen through it, I haven't seen a problem with it at all because it's just honest.
It is honest.
It's just honest.
And things happen.
Yeah.
And things are said.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's labeled for 18 plus only because there is some language, there is some sex in there, but it's not. I mean, I read a lot, and compared to some of the famous writers that girls are reading nowadays, it's nowhere near that.
We have,
Called light steam.
have you do you know about decisions, choices, and options? It's a program that comes into the schools and it teaches kids about abstinence.
Okay.
You can show kids the bad side to the risky behavior and teach them as well.
Absolutely.
That's the
And
lesson.
sometimes you have to.
That's yes.
That is that.
That's what I gathered from
Yes.
it. That is what I gathered from it. Well, I'm excited to get to read it. Anything that we're missing that you want to unpack before we run out of time? I think Laci's coming in here.
I don't think so. Just that it's on Amazon.
Yes.
And you have to search Donna R. Madden. More than enough.
Okay. So Donna R. Madden, Madden, common spelling on all of that. And I'll keep the book with me and I'll remind people to go and check it out. And as soon as I finish reading it, I'm going to get you back in here
great.
because I know I'm going to want to read the second one because I love series. Because that's one of the hard things. And we can keep talking. I'm assuming Laci's going to be in here, but she's got a little toddler. So, I mean, anything can happen in her world. But I don't know if you know Laci Beau with Willow Oak. But you need to go to the arts festival with your book. I mean, they have an arts.
that? I don't
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that would be we'll have to ask Laci about that. But see, with Willow Oak, they promote anything in the arts, and
Oh, wow.
and books are local books are absolutely part of that. But you need to reach out to Willow Oak because they have all kinds of events, and you could come and set up, and you could also set up at the street festivals we do on Friday nights. Have you thought about doing booths and stuff for a local author?
I thought about it, but I just didn't know where to look and what to do. So
Yeah.
anything's possible.
If you call, I know that Ace Timmermeyer could help you out with that. Just call the Springfield city offices about the Main Street festivals. They have them once a month. You could
Okay,
set up
yes,
there.
I've heard of them,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, it's wonderful.
would be
And yeah. And so you could definitely do that. And you might be able to get it in some of the boutiques, some of the local boutiques, Main Street boutiques, something like, I mean, just because you're a local author.
Right.
So I could,
Let's see
yeah.
what we can do. And you can also follow my writing, my author site on Facebook, Donna R. Madden /writer.
Okay, Donna R. Madden /writer, and again on Amazon. And I want to talk with you more because I need to republish what I've got one thing that I did through the Amazon publishing, and it's out there, but it's not very good. But I need to redo all that, and I need to talk to you about how you did it because this is
would love that.
absolutely beautiful. So
you.
maybe this summer we'll do another show about just because I'm assuming this was published with Amazon,
Yes.
wasn't it?
But
Look
I
at
don't,
this.
but I have a cover designer.
Wow.
And I had a formatter and I had a
Yeah.
proofreader and a line editor. So
Okay.
many people helped getting that book out there.
Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Beautiful job. I've seen some Amazon books that I was like, well, kind of like mine that are not good. And this is just beautifully done. I mean, the print, as an author, I'm looking at the way the chapters are set up, and it's a good length. It's really excellent.
And I'll be
Did it.
really nerdy.
Really?
It feels really nice.
Yes, yes. That's. I
love
mean,
the feel of
but
it.
see, I love the full.
Right.
You want the right feel for a book. This is one you can absolutely take and tuck under your arm and take to the beach. And I took it. I took it on my journeys yesterday, thinking I'd have a minute to sit down and read. But and we've got to get you set up to do an audio book, and we've got a studio now. That we're going to have that we're working on at the Greenbrier. It's not ready to go,
Right.
but I'll hook you up and set you up, and you can just
That
come in
would
there
be
and read
fun.
it.
That would be
You
fun.
can just come in there and read it. I can show you how to do it over the summer, and you can just go in and totally before the end of the year, if you
Me to
would like
touch
to.
technology, you don't know me very well. I don't. I'm very, very
Truly, I can.
technology
Okay.
challenged.
I could show you which button to push, like they did my. I keep reminding them at the school, all these things all this equipment. I said I've been the talent my entire career. They just show me what button to push. I can show you what button to push. Because I'm learning how to set all the things up, so I can totally show you which button to push, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm a pro at this." It's so easy. But we've got the
see.
equipment.
We'll see.
We've got the equipment there in the school. And I mean, I don't see any reason
Awesome.
why you couldn't record your stuff in there. Maybe that's not allowed since it's, I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't know either. So
Yeah, I don't know why.
if
So
the kids can get involved, maybe it can be an educational experience.
there you go. There you go.
Get them
Exactly.
involved in reading and books
Yes.
and what goes on behind them. And
Yep, exactly.
Maybe
Well,
that'll
see,
be what
that's
it
one thing
takes.
I've talked to Mr. DeMumbrim about, and I said because I didn't know you were an author, and I had written some stuff, and I said, man, we need to do something with these kids about Amazon publishing because I said it's so wonderful and it's
is,
so
it is.
easy, even though I haven't mastered it yet. But it opens up the publishing world for everybody. And I was actually, because you were coming in and it just kind of was on my mind, I started looking at some YouTubes about guiding me because I'm one of these people, I hate getting people involved in my stuff. I just like to do it myself. Not because I don't trust other people or don't love working with other people. It's just that I'm a scattered mess. And I don't want you to look in my closet, man. I mean, truly, I'm
I'm not much better. So don't
I
worry.
am just all over the place, and people come in and they can't follow me because I'm chasing stuff all the time, and so it's almost more trouble than it's worth for me to try to get people helping me on something because it distracts me. Does that make sense?
It does, but sometimes that's as a teacher now, if I didn't have editors and other people I could just throw it to, I would never have gotten this book out.
Well, and now that's one thing. I always let other people look at my stuff. I don't just edit it myself. I've always had friends. I have a retired teacher that is a good friend of mine that's done some editing for me. And just several people. One that used to be a principal that, did, and she's passed, Miss Nyla Sherrill, actually edited my book. But I just, I can see that because you've got to have somebody else lay eyes on your stuff. But nonetheless, I need to get better at that. So we can keep talking until Laci gets here. And have you got anything else you want to share? Because you and I are both, we have the wonderful designation as first block free time.
First block planners. It's
Planners.
not free time.
Yeah,
it's
what am I saying? I
planner.
know. Dr. Osborne's go, no, that's our time, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yes. First block planning.
As long as we're not needed.
True. And are we needed? Have you checked?
I haven't
Are we?
checked.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I mean, I was on my way here at 6:15 in the morning. We never know by that time.
That's true. What happens is if we don't have enough subs, then we all have to farm out and go and take this class and check that class. And oh, by the way, our fellow teacher, Matt Driscoll, he turns 50 today.
Well, happy
Big
birthday.
Happy birthday, Matt. And have you gotten to know Matt? He and I are buds. I don't know if you've gotten to
I'm
know
on
him
the
at
other
all.
end of the school.
Yeah.
So I've talked to him occasionally.
Yeah.
You know.
See, he and I, he's the one who drew me in to Celebrate Recovery, and then I run the one at Madison, and I help with the one up here at Epiphany, and I'm even helping with the praise band now. So it's just, I got a lot of irons and a lot of fires, but I love Matt and Christy. They are just dear friends, and it's funny. He's another one that came out of another career to teach, and I think so many of us are seeing, I can do that, and we need to do that because the kids need us. And there's a whole lot of teachers that have been doing it for a long time, and they're just tired. They are worn out.
It's exhausting. But
Yeah.
It's very rewarding.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
Yes, I do too. I absolutely love it. So everybody's like, so when are you going to retire, Laverne? I said, if Lord lets me, I don't have any intentions of retiring. I really don't. I like working.
Me too.
I'm one of these people. I like working, and I'm looking forward to a summer break, but mainly just so I can get my curriculum better, because I want time to sit down and really work through it now that I kind of get it. And I say kind of get it because I don't think I'm going to fully really get it for about 5 years, all the nuances of it.
And by the time you do, there's going to be new stuff out and
Yeah.
new theories and new things to
Especially with
learn.
technology, technology. So, but talking with Donna Madden, she is one of our English teachers at Greenbrier High School. I tell you what, I'm going to do a break and I'm going to have you poke your head out and just see if Laci's out there. And if she's not, come back and sit down. Let's find something else to talk about.
All right.
Okay, if you don't mind. Talking with Donna Manning and Madden. I want to say Manning. I had a friend named Manning, and for some reason
Just think of John Madden
Yes.
from football fame.
so if
Not
I
related.
mispronounce your name, it's because I have a dear friend with the Manning. But anyway, all right. Donna Madden is here. Donna R. Madden on Amazon. That's how you find her. And the book is called More Than Enough, and you need to go check this out. And all the things that she's doing. It's a lot of fun. She's going to see if my other guest is out there, and I'm going to take a quick break, and we are going to talk about my friends Barry and Rebecca Richards. Yeah, just go and take a look and see if she's out there, and if not, come on in and sit back down. Talking about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, my friends in real estate. Well, what's going on in the real estate community right now? It's kind of wonky because everything was so hot and ready to sell, and I know like everybody else in Robertson County, you've been reappraised, and you're like, my property is worth twice as much as I thought. Now, you knew full well that it was worth more than what it was appraised. It was a time for a reappraisal. None of us are surprised. Come on. Anyway, I digress. So, but it's a weird time in the real estate market, and you need help from a real estate team. You need a team that will come in and help you at the real estate table. Make sure you got great videography and photography and all the things if you're selling. Make sure that you're pre-qualified if you're buying. They can even bring you in and mentor you and help you become a realtor. Both Barry and Rebecca came out of other careers, and they love it. And Exit Realty would be a great team for you to mentor with. If something I've said has perked your interest, you can go to sellwithbecky.com or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com. They specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, or you can just call Becky, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, and you can also connect with them at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival coming up in the third weekend in May. I will be there. I'm so excited. We'll have the fiddle competition on Friday night, and of course all-day festivities at a Kilgore Station Park in Cross Plains, Tennessee. They're one of the sponsors for the event, and Barry's on board, so it's where I met them. It's a long sort of story, but anyway, talking with my friend Donna Madden, and I'm guessing Laci Beau's not out there. We had invited Laci to come in at 7:30 today to talk about the Arts Fest, but she may come rolling in. She's got a little toddler, cutest little bugger. He is just so cute, but he's a handful. And so some days, things just happen, in the world of, and she's also got 2 teenagers. So, it's like, yeah, can you imagine? A toddler and 2 teenagers. No. Bless your heart, Laci. Bless your heart. But, we've got a festival coming up in a couple of weeks she wants to talk about for Willow Oak. And I really think, you need to tag in with them because they do some classes about authors and things like that. You could you could teach a class.
I could. I am a teacher. And I did enjoy it.
Yeah, you could teach a class
I'm
because
just new.
Yeah. I do say again.
There's a lot to learn. I'm just a new author and there's a lot to learn.
Oh, of course there is.
I'm willing to help others.
But I have to tell you, from the perspective of somebody that has played with, books for a long time, I love the concept of you owning all of it.
Yes.
Because my book was the Jesse is published by 21st Century Christian. They own it. I can't do an audio book without their permission.
Right. And
so
my book is my book.
Yeah. And there's something to be said. Now, I love 21st Century Christian. They're wonderful. I appreciate the fact that they took a book, because that came out at a time when we didn't really understand all this yet. Mm-hmm. So they gave me an avenue to publication before we really could do a lot. Now, Amazon was there, but it was still very complicated. And so I really appreciate that. But there's a piece of me that really kind of wants my rights to my book back so I can, number one, there's always a rewrite.
Yes.
Isn't there always a rewrite? You're thinking, if I need to rewrite this and I need to do that. And I really want to do an audiobook, but I'm not going to invest the time in an audiobook without ownership of it.
Right.
Because it's just a lot of time. And so, there's all those things. So when people ask me about it, unless you've got one of the big, worldwide publishers looking at you that are going to get your book in other countries, and like Lifeway or, something like that, or Simon & Schuster or whatever. And unless you're those guys, I really recommend going the self-publishing route. The Shack was self-published.
Was it really?
Yeah. Martian was, The Shack.
Very cool.
Probably one of, hands down, the biggest success stories of self. And I think he actually went on a route where he published with a publisher and then bought the rights back, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm fairly sure that The Shack was self-published. I don't think I'm misremembering that. It's been a minute since I looked into that story. I think The Martian was self-published. He started out putting that out just kind of almost like a blog post. And that went huge.
Love that movie.
Oh, yeah. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
People would be surprised because when I started saying I was writing my book, people didn't understand self-publishing. And a lot of the books that are out there right now that people are reading, if you watch that book talk, which I just got in, I'm not into it, but I just look at what the kiddos are reading. A lot of those books are from self-publishers.
You bet.
And it's just the way to do it. Entrepreneurs,
Yes.
way to keep your money, and you know what you're making every month.
You absolutely.
And you're totally in charge. And like you said, you don't have to wait 20 years to get your rights back and actually market your book.
Yeah, and see, and I haven't even contacted them. They're dear people to me, and that's a conversation I need to have with them. And I had a blog 8 years ago. I just reposted it recently, and again, all my stuff is very, very intentionally ministry driven and all of that, because that's just where my heart is, and that's just what God's leading me to. Maybe one of these days He'll let me write something fun like that. I actually have a kids series called the Pobilly Boys that's just fun and silly, but I haven't really done anything with it either. But I had a blog that just went. I mean, I had 800 when it stopped just ticking. I had 800,000 something reads on WordPress, and then it had gotten shared in other on other mediums. And so I know we crossed 1 million on that. And I told 21st Century, I said, and we didn't have a digital version of the book. And I said, if you'd had a Kindle out at that time, I think we would have sold a lot of books, because people found me.
Right.
And so we missed an opportunity there. And I love that you're not missing an opportunity, because you're getting this out there. It's digital.
It is digital.
It's digital, because
Kindle Unlimited also.
Because I got the sample of it and started reading through it when I first heard about it, and then I kept meaning to buy it, and then she's like, "Here, give me a book. Thank you."
I have them in my car.
Yeah, you have them in your car, bless. And but I love your story and how you're an entrepreneur, and again, you're hanging on to your book rights. I cannot say enough about that, and I know they have a class. I'm fairly certain on it. That's how we kind of went down this rabbit hole, is because Laci is out there going, "Oh, I'm sorry, Laverne, I know." But anyway, we'll get you back in here later, Laci. I know that they have everything for the arts, and I know they have done things on book publishing. And Adam Callis is done a lot of self-publishing. Do you know Adam?
I do not.
He's a preacher up at, well, I don't know what the name of the church is he's preaching at right now, but it's Brian Pulley and all them go there. But he is the son of Penny Callis up here at the gallery, that owns the gallery. He has self-published really well a couple of books. And so it's just, I've seen it done well, but I've not seen any done as well as this. You did an excellent job. You really
I
did.
just hope people like it.
I'm sure we will. And again, I know Noah, I've been cheating because I've been asking everybody exactly what it's about and to give me rules. Noah Kleiner's one of our students. And he sent me an email the other day and he goes, "I'm going to tell Miss Madden you're cheating, Miss Vivio." And because I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but just so busy learning to be a new teacher. So right now I'm thinking about all that I have to. Do you have all your lesson plan stuff done for today? Are you good? Yeah. So,
I mean, I know where I'm going because I've done we're reading Fahrenheit 451. I've read it 1 billion times. So
yes.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, there you go. So, that's me. I've had, it was so funny yesterday. I was at the last minute trying to post something on Teams, which is an assignment platform that we can give the kids assignments. And I had two of my classes knew what to do. I didn't have to put anything up, but the fourth block class, the last class of the day, I told them I'd put something on Teams. At 1:26, I posted something on Teams for them. And I was like, yes, because I was trying to do hot spots here and all this, trying to get it up because I had just been so busy all weekend. I hadn't gotten it done. And so I'm sure they were going, "Oh, she posted something. She gave us an assignment." But anyway.
You know what we could do real quick?
What?
Read the back of the book. Read
Do
the
that.
blurb.
Do that.
Me to do
I'm going to
it?
let you do it. And I tell you what, I'm going to take another break. Or do you have I can read it if you don't have your readers. I'll read it. I'll read it. I'll read it. I tell you what, let's do, let me do another spot.
Okay.
And we have picked up another sponsor, y'all. We have got Veterans Motorplex. Love Jerry over at, if you want to follow them on social media, what you need to do is you go to Highland Rim Speedway, because they picked up the racetrack from Highland Rim and then they changed the name. So what will happen, you'll go Highland Rim Speedway on social media. They had like 17,000 followers. They're not going to just dump that. So they changed the name, and it's Veterans Motorplex now because he loves the veterans, and he is just a godly Christian, God bless America man. And that is what they focus on. And I'm telling you, they are just a wonderful, wonderful bunch. Now, here's what's happening on May 6th. This Saturday, May 6th, it's the Bubba's Bout Broke 40. I love their titles. Bubba's Bout Broke 40. You want to come out and be a part of the big May 6th event happening now it's Bubba's Bout Broke podcast. You know what? I know what this is. I'm sorry. I'm misspeaking. Caleb Stratton's told me about this. They have got a podcast. I had forgotten all about this. I'm so glad I pulled this up. They have got a podcast about racing and talking about how they spend all their money, and it's called Bubba's Bout Broke. I had forgotten that. But so Bubba's Bout Broke is apparently sponsoring the race at Highland Rim this Saturday. That's going to be fun. So you need to get out there and just be a part of what they've got going on at Veterans Motorplex. Now, I know tonight the Greenbrier seniors are going to be running the track. I don't know if you know that's going on. They're going to be running the track I think, at 5:30. And I love that Jerry opens it up and lets them come out and do that. That's going to be so much fun. Go out to 6801 Kelly Willis Road if you don't know what we're talking about, and check out the races. And yes, go check out the Bubba Bout Broke podcast. I forgot all about that. Caleb's going to get me. But you can call if you have questions about the Speedway, 615-643-8725, 615-643-8725. Get out to Veterans Motorplex, back on the sponsor list here at 1 Street Over, and when you contact them, tell them U-Turn sent you. Okay, and I'm talking with Donna Madden, and bless her heart, I told her we'd let her go at 7:30, and then something happened with Laci Beau from Willow Oak, and she's been unable to slide in here, and that is okay. We'll get Laci back in here. And it's so funny. I actually called Laci. This is full disclosure here. I called Laci yesterday, and I said, Laci, are you scheduled to come on at 7:30? And she was like, I said, I can't remember if I had anybody scheduled or not. I said, I thought I did. And I told you I did.
Right.
And I said, I didn't write it down. I said, so why don't you come on at 7:30? And if it turns out if I've double booked, she goes, I don't mind doing that at all. And so that's why she probably thought, well, she's probably got another guest. And so Donna's just hanging out with me. And we're talking about her book. And I love people who write and then they want to share what they've written. I write, and it's a passion, and it's something that if you've got a book and you write it, it couldn't be easier to get it out there and let other people see it.
Absolutely.
Donna's going to teach a class. She's going to teach a class in self-publishing, y'all.
Looks like that.
I'm just voluntold you. I voluntold you.
I'm good at that.
So we're going to read the back cover of this while we've got a minute. This is more than enough. What happens when your heart is torn between two people? The one you want and the one you need. College is finally complete for Elizabeth Parks. She is looking forward to a real life, a real job, new friends, and endless possibilities. Then she meets her gorgeous neighbor, Jacob, and things start heating up. Between her relationship with Jacob and new friendships that she's made, life seems about perfect. Until one day when Elizabeth wakes up in the hospital. What she thought was nerves, stress, and exhaustion turns out to be something more. Elizabeth finds herself faced with making the biggest decision of her life, being forced to confront the past she was trying hard to forget. She contacts her old flame from college. Brady, to let him know he's going to be a father. Once the truth comes out, will Elizabeth's relationship with Jacob be able to continue and grow, or will the feelings Brady holds for her push her in a different direction? Will she find the love of her heart's desires, or be forced to put the needs of the little one growing inside of her over her own? Wow.
That's it.
Did you write that?
I did.
Good job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
That just reads, that's one thing. I haven't had a chance, one thing I was going to tell you, even though I haven't had a chance to fully read it, you write very well.
Thank you.
And that's an author speaking, because and I don't know that I do. People tell me what's really funny. They're like, you write like you talk, Laverne.
Well, that's real. That's okay.
So that's me. And so, because when people read Jesse, they're like, man, I can just hear you talking. And so that's my style.
Right.
But you're a storyteller. And And I'll tell you, from an author, that's a high compliment.
Thank you.
And you write very well. And that's the thing. Because honestly, guys, I have read books that are great premises and great stories, but the writer just doesn't flow. And it's not anything it's just something they haven't completely gotten their craft where it needs to be. They just need to kind of, not use such complicated language and just be real. And maybe, I know that's the English teacher in you coming out, don't you think?
Well, maybe, but I just also picture having the conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
What we say.
Yes. Yes.
And so when there's dialogue, it's being spoken like my boys would speak with their friends.
Yes.
They're in their 20s. They're there.
Yes.
So
and
that's what I'm getting.
Well, that's what, as an author, when I was writing what I wrote, it was my own conversation. So I guess that's why it sounds like me,
Right.
And so, but that's one thing. Have you ever, when you're trying to write something and you kind of just get a block, that writer's block is a real thing, y'all. Mm-hmm. And number one, I've gotten where I'm like, okay, God, what do you want to give me from this? Because I'm blocked up. What have you got? And I will do that a lot of the times because, and I'll just like, show me something, Lord. And, what's really funny, though, I will have a conversation intentionally with somebody that I'm wanting to bring into something so I see how the conversation goes. So I love that you said that. Do you ever find yourself doing that?
Yes, and there's also a funny thing, when I'm with my friends, I'm like, they watch what they say or we watch what they, that might be in a book. So
yes.
That's fun.
That's great.
That's also why there's lots of times I wake up at 12:30 in the morning and write till 2 because the brain just starts working and something has been planted that must come out. But it's fun.
It's Holy Spirit, honey.
Having a conversation and then I write that conversation.
Holy Spirit.
So
big time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited to get to read it again, not just the excerpts. I felt so bad. I thought, I know she'll understand. Life has just been a little crazy for me right now. And I have another friend that's an author and I've had his book over a year. Pat, I'm sorry. I haven't finished it. It's a great book, but it's a great storyline, just a great book. But if you write, guys, put it down, write it. Let her inspire you. And let's unpack again. I want you to, and then I'll take a break. I want you to unpack again the plan. This is going to be I love a series. And the idea that I can have all 4 of these books in time for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Read them yourself and then bundle them up and give them as a Christmas gift. This might be my daughter-in-law's a book bundle for my girls, because my girls are so hard to buy for, but they all love to read. And so, one of my daughter-in-laws is a librarian in a high school in Jackson.
There you go.
There you go.
And the
Rachel,
second book,
you'll be getting a copy.
The second book is called Forever Enough.
Forever enough. More than enough. Forever enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the third and fourth, I don't know yet.
Okay, well, that's fine. You'll get it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But here, unpack for them again what you told me. We've already done it, but I want you to just tell them again. This is the first book. When did this come out? And when's the second one? And when's the plan for the third? And then the fourth? Kind of that whole thing, because that's exciting and that's going to be interesting. Because I love series. So tell them again when this came out and the plan.
This one came out March 10th.
Okay.
And then Forever Enough will be out. My goal is June 4th through 10th. Not June, July 4th through 10th. And then book 3 will be out hopefully by September or October, with book 4 right after Thanksgiving in time for Christmas, because it will be a Christmas theme book.
I love it.
So, and they're all 4 based on characters that you meet in the first one.
Okay.
The first 2 are Elizabeth and her journey that she goes through. And number 3 is a friend of hers. And number 4 is a new character.
Okay.
That's all I can say without.
No, you don't want to give it.
spoilers.
No, for sure.
Yes.
And so, will we see Elizabeth at all in the last 2?
Absolutely.
Oh, yay!
They're her friends, and they're a tight group of friends. So she will be in all of them, and you will watch Grant, which is her son, grow in all the books. So that'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm so excited for you, my friend. I'm so excited for you because I think it's just a great way to just get some good, honest truth into our kids. I just love that. I love that. And again, my students, when I was asking them if anybody read, they're like, well, it's a little bit risque, Miss Vivio. I just love that they said that. And I know what they watch, and I know better. I know that it can't be that risque because I know you.
Risque.
Yeah, but it's just truth. It is what they're dealing with. It's the life they're living. It's the things that are going on. It's the. I had a movie recommended to me to show the kids associated with one of my classes. Oh, I wish I hadn't shown it because the language and there was I just wasn't comfortable with the content at all. They're like, Miss Vivia, that's fine. I'm like, no, it's not in my class. And so, if I can't run a movie through VidAngel now, I'm not showing it in my classroom because I'm just uncomfortable with language and all of those kinds of things. And them knowing how, how I am, they're like,
Right.
but I'm like, I know what you're watching, guys. So you need to see the truth. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't shy away from the fact that we've got to be real and honest with our kids,
Absolutely.
and that's what I believe that you're trying to do here is just show them a testimony. We do it at Celebrate Recovery. I invite you to come out to Celebrate Recovery tonight at Epiphany Baptist Church, and I think it's testimony night. Yeah, it's testimony night. So you hear real life testimonies, and it's with learning other people's story, we learn and we grow, and it helps us with ours, and it helps us with our journey. So talking with Miss Madden, one of my fellow teachers from Greenbrier High School, about her novel that we are very excited about. And some of the co-teachers, they were promoting it. And you had a signing, didn't you, at school?
I did. Not at school. It was at the Sumner Crest Winery.
Oh,
up in
fun.
Portland.
Okay. Yeah. How did that go?
It was fun.
Good.
It went really well.
Good. Well, we got to get you hooked up with some of these festivals coming up, and you get out there with your books, local author, and just kind of tell the story. I think if you unpack too that there's 4 books in sequence, I think that's going to excite people. I really do, because those of us who love to read, we love our characters and we like to follow them.
Right.
Daniel Silva, I've been reading one of his characters forever, and he's gotten political lately, and I'm like, I don't. It's like, stay out of my politics, brother.
Right.
Just talk to me about Israel. And he's got. I don't know if you read Daniel Silva.
I do not.
Oh, he's got a great character that's an Israeli spy, and it's just so good. But then he gets political, and I'm like, quit it. And you have to just, I don't know.
Tell you, the more
I'll go down a rabbit hole here.
More Than Enough series is going to be for anyone who loves quick, easy romance reads. Mm-hmm. That's what I've got.
That's your book right there.
That's your book.
That's your book. I love it. It's doing pretty well too, isn't it?
I can't complain.
There you go.
And I can also say that there's been Kindle downloads in the UK and Germany. So I am an international author.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Wonder of technology.
Oh, how fun. And you wonder, how did they find out about it?
I know. I don't know.
Isn't that neat? That's so cool, Donna. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. I've got one more ad to do. And we got to talk about Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Real quickly, I'll tell you, go to my Facebook page. And this morning I was doing meal prep. Like 5 a.m. I'm cooking chicken. But I have my pretty pot holders next to my chicken dish. And Miss Jane made those from Corbin Creek. And they truly are my favorite pot holders because they're just the right size. They're the right thickness. They're so well made. And if you don't go into the store, when you go to Corbin, if you don't go into their store, which everybody thinks is just the office, they've got all kinds of gift items in there. They've got things that Miss Jane's made. Of course, they have all their CBD products, which I swear by for my arthritis. Can't say enough about it. And just all kinds of fun handcrafted items. You looking for something for Mother's Day? Go out and get some of the things that Miss Jane has made and partner that with one of those beautiful hanging baskets. You're good to go for Mother's Day. And but I put them up on my Facebook page because I'm so proud of those, and I really need to go get some more. I was in there the other day and I started to pick some up, and I think, well, I have too much of this. They're just great. They're just so well made. But go and check it out. And while you're there, if you go to their Facebook page right now, they are featuring. They have got just a whole bunch of. I think those are pansies. I'm not very good at identifying flowers, but they've got just a beautiful display of some of their flowering plants that you can come pick up. Of course, bedding plants for your vegetable garden. That is where you need to go and get all of that. And then Customer Appreciation Day, Mother's Day weekend, May 13th. Free hot dogs. They'll be there at 9 a.m. They want to invite you out. They're going to have a planting station for the kids to put stuff together for mom. It's a great time. 4920 Highway 161 in Springfield, 4920 Highway 161. You can call them at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. And please, when you talk to them, always let them know that U-Turn sent you. All right, talking with Donna Madden, and she is my friend here from school. We are teachers at Greenbrier High School, and she is a published author. I love it. And it is a great book. And I have read excerpts. Yes, I haven't read it in completion. Noah, I didn't cheat. One of my students told me I was cheating because I hadn't read it yet, and I was asking other people, what's it about? Yes, you still have to read. What is it, Fahrenheit? Is he reading Fahrenheit?
He's already read it. He's not in my class this semester.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking. But anyway, so this is a book we want to recommend that you read because there's going to be 4 in time for Christmas. It's going to be a great book bundle for you to read and enjoy, and then you're going to want to give it to your friends. We're always trying to find, fun things to give our family. And I think that's going to be one that's going to go to my daughter-in-law's. I like the idea of that.
Thank you.
Are you going to give us a book bundle price for Christmas, maybe?
Probably. I know you can do that on Amazon. I have to learn.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea. So just saying.
There you go.
I think it'd be great.
You sold me.
I love it. I have so much fun talking to you today. This was great.
Me too.
The kids are going to be, because a lot of the students will go, Miss Vivia, who'd you have on the radio this morning? I'll be like, I had Miss Madden. They'll be like, oh no, our teachers are on the radio. I love it. So anyway, thank you. Anything that we've missed?
My
go ahead.
phone's been blowing up because my friends were listening.
Oh, good.
So,
good.
yeah.
Well, now tell me, anything we've missed before we part ways here? And we've got to go to school.
So just Amazon.com, Donna R. Madden, because there's another Donna Madden out there. It's a very popular name. So I had to put my middle initial.
Okay.
Donna R. Madden, more than enough. Amazon.com.
And be ready for the next book in July, and then in September, and then in Christmas, the 4th one. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Awesome. Donna Madden, Miss Madden is with me this morning, and I appreciate you for being with us as well here on One Street Over. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a great day.